What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants. No, wait. Just want to talk about this real quick because Romero is fighting this weekend, and he's fighting against a guy named Ismael Borroso. He's, I think, 23, 3-2, something like that. He has fought no quality opponents. He's a 40-year-old southpaw that basically has done nothing. And Romero, who basically has done nothing and got in there with Tank Davis after promising the world a victory. He's going to stop tanking 2 rounds. He's going to stop taking the first round. Bet your house, bet this, bet that. I'm betting everything. Tank can't beat me, blah, blah, blah. He went there and basically got baited in. And, he did better than people thought he was going to do. But basically, his ego and his lesser ring IQ than Tank's, and him wanting to prove that he can knock everybody out. He got knocked out. But basically, that's his, that was his fight to, you got your shot to be, amongst the elite. Not just have your name mentioned, but you beat Tank, you are amongst the elite. And he got knocked out. Now he keeps running around here screaming rematch. This particular fight that he has just goes to show you. See, these guys talk like they have value to their name, but for you to go from fighting Tank Davis to fighting this guy, as far as I'm concerned, this is another cherry pick to make yet another fighter look unbeatable. Why? Tank's gonna, Raleigh's gonna destroy this guy. And after he beat this guy, more than likely at the end of the fight, he's gonna say he want a rematch with Tank. And, basically speak as if he's deserving. And by beating this, Ismael Borroso guy doesn't warrant that. So here's the situation where a guy that wants to be something that he's not ends up fighting a guy that no one knows simply. And this is not a case of he's a solid fighter, people just don't know him. I went and watched some of his fights, and this guy, listen, this is atrocious what they're doing. And boxing just doesn't need to keep doing this, man. But this is just what it is, and it's rotten. So when I'm listening to Raleigh and looking at these videos, and you have people putting these little, false messages up there like Raleigh looking sharper than ever, Raleigh showing new skills in the gym, Raleigh showing improvement. I look and I see the same old Raleigh Romero. And, all of that, trying to look fancy and training. Once you get in the ring, it's a different thing. So, the crazy part about it is people will always tell me how funny Raleigh is. How Raleigh's so entertaining, but nobody's talking about this fight. And I believe there's a lot of people don't even realize that he's fighting this weekend. So he was speaking like he was the star. He made Tank. The reason people were coming was because of him, not Tank. Well, then that means you should have no problem selling out of the arena or wherever you fighting at to fight this guy. If your star power was that big, that they would come out to see you fight even this guy, you'd be doing far more, better than what you are now. And we know that, the talk, all of the hype and things that they try to create, it backfires most of the time. If you, on that level where you're one of the elite guys, you don't have to preach it to people we know. We see a guy like Terrence Crawford who, is one of the elite guys and doesn't have popularity. But, you are one of those guys that got your name mostly by just running your mouth. All this time you've been out of boxing since Tank beats you, and now you come back and this is your comeback fight. So you better go in there and destroy this guy. This still doesn't warrant a fight with, Tank. In fact, since you're calling people out, well, Shakur Stevenson already had his welcome mat laid out to the 135, division. Why don't you try to fight Shakur? Why don't you try to fight Shakur? That's a fight that should be able to be made, right? Why not? Why not try to fight Shakur? Nobody cares to see you fight against Tank Davis again. I know I don't. I mean, it is what it is. You wouldn't need a rematch if you won the first time. So, I'm not into all the talking and promising things that people do. But at the end of the day, it's just ridiculous what I see happening. And in all honesty, if Shakur was to take that fight, only thing gonna happen pretty much, if for Raleigh, it's like for him to get outboxed and get outclassed by Shakur, a much smaller guy that came up in weight to come up to 135. I don't think anybody would be surprised by that. And the thing with Raleigh is, Raleigh has potential, man, but like he just has this big swelled head, man, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. His whole thing is every punch I throw, I'm trying to take your head off. So for Shakur, it would just be another stepping stone type fight for him. For Raleigh, it will be a big statement if he was able to pull off the win. But fight, and the reason I'm saying why don't you try to fight Shakur is because you haven't earned a fight or rematch. I mean, come on, all this rematch stuff. You haven't earned a fight with Haney, and we know Haney's busy with Lomachenko. And so, Shakur is the next best thing. Call out Shakur. And I don't mean go on social media and just say his name, but you really don't want to fight him. No, call out Shakur. Make that try to make that fight. But you gotta do better than this, man. Like this is like embarrassing, man. If you guys want to see this guy Ismael Borroso fight, just look up his fights and see you will see what I'm saying. This is not a good look for Raleigh. He should really be ashamed of himself, man. But again, this dude, I mean, honestly, when you look at him, it's like, damn, maybe you ever seen like a psych patient? I'm not making fun of them, but you ever see like how psych patients have that wide-eyed look? They look nervous and worried. That's how this guy look, and he has a very old-looking face. He doesn't even look 40. He looks like he's about 60-something, man. He looks much older than 40. So I'm looking at him and like, yeah, and I started watching some, it's like, yeah, okay. So this is embarrassing, man. Like, winning this fight means nothing. I mean, for this to be a stay busy fight, this is not a statement fight. If this is just even for a stay busy fight, like, man, you don't trust yourself to beat better opposition than that. Like, this. If you guys get to watch anything of him before the Raleigh fight, you will see exactly what I mean. Otherwise, for the most part, more than likely, you don't even know who this guy is. All you know is Raleigh's fighting. And this fight, yeah, they should be ashamed of themselves. They really should, man. Anyway, we see what happens with Raleigh, where he goes from here. I'm not looking forward to this fight. I'm just, whatever happens, whichever one of the big, one of the elite guys, one of the top guys decide they want to fight Raleigh, see how things go. Because Raleigh think that talking shit and trying to keep himself relevant, talking shit, that he thinks that after he does that, this is going to warrant him to have a fight, a title fight. Like he's earned a title fight because people think he's entertaining. You're going to talk your way into a title fight? Nah, you have to earn it, man. And so, this is, this is disgraceful, man. Like really. So anyway, tell me what y'all think about Rolly Romero fighting 40-year-old Ismael Borroso, a guy that has done nothing. He's a sacrificial lamb. That's what he is. That's exactly what he is. And I doubt that he becomes a banana peel for Raleigh, but it would be so funny if that happened. But Raleigh is I don't know, man. He's delusional, man. He thinks he's some big superstar when he's not. So he need every one of those guys far more than they need him. They don't even need a Rolly Romero. He still has yet to do anything. So let me know what y'all think about Raleigh in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all in the next video.